Alright then, so this is the second point we play on. This is the third match we play today, on this day. Playing on Volskaya this time. And this one ends in a tie. This is, I think, a 2-2 tie. We both cap second point, and then neither one of us get a tick on the third point. So, it starts out with us on defense here. We set up with the May McCree instead this time, but other than that, we keep the same composition that we've been running for most of the time here. As far as their team composition goes, they're running the Symmetra, the Junkrat, the Monkey, Reinhardt, and then they're running double flex supports with the Moira and the Ana. And they, right off the bat, their plan here is probably just to run the Sim TP. So they kind of just pressure a little bit in main, put the bubble, kind of just grab attention. Sim puts up her TP, gets the team across. And everyone slowly rotates through. So we were unaware of this until now, which we now see when it unlocks. You can see who they're playing as, and we see the fact that they've gone Symmetra. They're going around on the high ground. So they jump on point. We get kind of just killing the turrets. Our Reinhardt gets pinned. We get a bubble though, so he's fine. In this position, if you look at who's here with him, the Reinhardt is all by himself. He has no cover. There's no reason not to just start swinging. Especially, like, you can play aggressively here with this Reinhardt. We lose our Lucio to a Moira Orb, which is unfortunate. We lose our Kree to the Monkey Dive. And they slowly just kind of pick us off one by one from this point. We clean up their Reinhardt, though. Lose our Mei. It's basically just tanks on point now with this. Moira for heals. Lose the Moira. And yeah, they're just going to clean this fight up pretty quickly. So yeah, there's nothing more really here. Off of that fight, they gained pretty significant ult majority over us, especially that we swapped to the Reaper. But don't know how significant it's going to be in this first fight coming up. No one has ults anyways, so it doesn't make too big a deal. So now, as we play through here, their Monkey dives in very early, and he lands in this low ground here instead of jumping up on the high ground here, which was very intentional by him, but this just isn't really a very good spot for him to be in, exception of the fact that the Sim just TP'd across over to here. So this Sim might actually cause problems for us. She's probably going to rotate around up here, and she's going to either be here or come up this way and be here, and just kind of throw damage down. Don't know exactly what her plan is with that yet. We'll have to see. But this Monkey positioning is kind of a weird choice from him. Don't think it really matters, though, too much. We get slapped on the Reinhardt, which is pretty big sleep. That gives them a lot of space. They can push in basically for free right now. Which is kind of just a yeeted sleep. But it actually did a lot of value. Alright then. And actually, no. Never mind. I'm completely wrong. Rudy's just going to turn around, see the Symmetra, and kill her. There's no point too much in focusing on the Sim TP right now. It probably would be better to kind of focus on getting back with the team. But doesn't make too big a deal. Especially if someone else was going to try and use the TP. It would be nice to have that down. But overall, looking on the point, both their tanks are here. Both their tanks are very low. And we should just melt them. They nano the Monkey instead. So they get nano as their first ultimate they get. We're playing on point. The Rein's still very low. He dies to the Reinhardt. That's good. That's how that should happen. Alright then. So now they've got basically just both their main supports here. Healing the Monkey, the Nano Monkey on point. He jumps up to the high ground. And then jumps right back down. Don't know what that really accomplished for him. Other than just trying to back up a little bit. We grab him. This was just, I got grab off cooldown. This kind of stopped him from doing much more, but I don't think it was really necessary. Still stops him from killing anybody. Their Moira ults Coalescence on the right side here, just kind of for whatever reason. And their Junkrat looks like he probably plans on jumping over across this high ground as well. So that's what he does. He jumps over here. Oh, okay, yeah, and he's got Riptire pretty much. He's gonna Riptire from this corner right here. So we kill their Moira. Nice cleanup on that. And then, for whatever reason, his entire team is dead on point. He still decides to pop tire. He gets killed. That doesn't matter at all. It's just unlucky we lose a Lucio. But Junkrat pushes forwards for whatever reason. Uses his ultimate and then feeds his brains out. So he dies. He goes back to spawn. And he stays on. So what just happened here? So he gets a Reaper. Alright then, so what's going on here? So you're just here on Reaper. Reposition up here under the height. Oh, and the Symmetra's right here. Okay, that makes sense. You take a ton of damage from her. She backs out, and you back out. We notice the Symmetra's here, but no one's really up here to kind of question her just backing up into her team. She wastes all her turrets as well, which is kind of weird. She backs up with her team. We back up going into this next fight right before the monkey jumps in. As far as their ultimates they have both their main take ults, and they're pretty close to having Symmetra wall. As far as our ultimates go, we're pretty close to beat, and then we're halfway to Beyblade and Moira Coalescence. We don't really have anything close to Graviton, and then we have High Noon and Chatter. Especially if you have High Noon and you're playing as Kree, on this point, there's not really much reason, especially in the downtime, because after winning that fight there's no reason to try and set up like here or here. And just try and kind of poke from high ground, because it doesn't really affect how much damage you do, especially once they come to point. But it gives you a better space to set up your ultimate, because it's very hard for them to really do anything about you there. Yeah, okay, you just get deleted by accident. Alright then. So that just kind of happened. They threw a lot of damage at you. Losing McCree. Their Rhine pins in. Their monkey is getting burned. They shatter. So this shatter was somewhat telegraphed. When Reinhardt's pin in like this, and you're, should try and think about how close they are to ultimates, and I'll talk about ultimate tracking tomorrow probably. But we should be talking about ultimate tracking, and we should have known that he had shatter, and he pinned in from here, and he did the 90-degree shatter. He shattered looking at the wall and turned over and shattered, and knocked pretty much everyone down here. That should have been... That if we were tracking ultimates properly, that probably would have been expected, and we could have blocked it. Then they pop their wall on point, and we're just kind of in stagger phase now. We're just trying to get as much value as we can as getting on point. We use High Noon. On low ground, we're going to get zoned out. He gets deleted. We shatter. We hit 3 with the shatter, and we use beat to get in, to engage back in. This is really good right here. Our Reinhardt's got anti, though. The Ana anti is even bigger. Both our supports now are on the point together. We use Fade to kind of keep our Moira safe. She's playing quite aggro, though. We might want to be a bit more passive with the Moira. But, I mean, it is stalled. Doesn't really matter. Lucio's just kind of trying to make space on point, trying to do damage. Zarya doing the same kind of thing, backing up for Mega. Killing the monkey. They lose their monkey. We come back on point. We've got Reaper here. He's got no Wraith. The bubble was mistimed. Probably should have saved that bubble for when he had gotten out of Wraith form. Would have gotten more value out of it. I think we kind of used those both at about the same time. We use Grav here. We use Pin here. Reinhardt, they use Nano on the Reinhardt. They use Riptire. They kill 2 of us. Riptire on point. And we're left with just the Reinhardt. V Reinhardt right now. And then the Junkrat as he starts to throw pills on the point. The Reinhardt jumps off the map. We get we got our Reinhardt back on a point, but he's stuck with the turrets. We lose our Reinhardt to the turret that's still there. Our Lucia's still on point. And I think we might lose here. I don't think we can really contest much longer now. Got a Reaper and we just had to contest with Wraith form, and we're just kind of using abilities just to get back on point now. So this won't last very long. They're gonna cap right here. So that's first point. That was pretty good hold by us. After losing first point, we got, like 3 minutes off their time by the time they captured second point. And wasn't too many big flaws. It was more their ultimate usage was better than ours. that won them the fight there. So now going into our attack.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3.
So going into our attack, the Junkrat goes very far forward. He puts mine on the door. He's just planning on throwing damage here.
Defend objective A.
We run on forward. Junkrat's above us, but he kind of just, he's pretty much able to get away. He misses the jump across the top, and he gets pretty low here, but I don't think he dies. Yeah, he does get away. So then we call to go left. We get kind of screwed up by that, and then the Lucio gets pinned. Let's see that. I think you kind of just got hoovered there, and then there's not really much that you could have done there. Once you were that far forward. So we push far forward. Yeah. Okay, and you got hit by a mine, which is what pushed you up there. Yeah. So yeah, that's just getting hit by. That's CC put you in the way of the run charge, anyways. We lose. Start losing people. We get kills with the Junkrat. Junkrat making a lot of picks. Yet again. Cannot see the enemy, but kills 2. It's pretty good. Alright, then so they're down 2 now. They have... Right? That's what just happened. Yeah, they're down 2, but it doesn't really matter too much. They have the TP, so they're... Being dead doesn't really matter as much for them. As their spawn is much better. So we go in, our Reinhardt gets stunned, we lose our Lucio again to the spam. It's kind of unfortunate this really sets us back on Lucio ult. We lose our Reinhardt to the anti, and probably just kind of need to back up. Their monkey pushes forward, just trying to do a lot of damage. He gets melted, he overextends, which kind of helps us farm up a Grav. So we're pretty close to Grav now going into this next fight. Junkrat getting away. We back up, we're on this Reinhardt now. We use our Moira ult. This is really good use here. This is to help us break through this choke. Forces them, the Reinhardt has to just back up. His shield's almost dead. We're getting all the symmetric turrets as we run forward. Their Reinhardt dies. They're on us here behind us. And, you know, clean her up pretty quickly. And they kind of, their point gets broken here. The Moira dies. And everything. And then this back here. This, I have to say, this entire map, this was really well played by you, Rudy. Aware of this Junkrat's positioning. You saw the trap, you walked around, and then you mine him as he uses his ultimate, and he dies to that. So that's really big, really nice cleanup. Stops them from getting any value out of that ultimate. He dies, sent back to spawn, and we cap the point. Their monkey probably kind of tries to contest. He backs up instead, makes it out. Especially when we're capping, we only really need 3 on point. There's no reason why, especially like the soldier and the Reinhardt can't just push up as well, because the Lucio will have speed boost anyways to get us off from first point to second point. So now going into this fight, their Junkrat is stuck over here on this right side. He gets burned for it. Their monkey dives in. This should be the... Okay, he pops Primal instead. Never mind. We pop our tire. We pop our Grav. This was probably coordinated by us. Our Reinhardt is pretty far forward right now. Doesn't really have much support. Want to see how he got there. I think that was a pin that put you there. Right. Oh, no, this is the monkey primal. There, Reinhardt pins. Misses you. Yeah, okay, never mind. That was just CC from the enemy team. I think we lose our Zarya here. Right? Probably, I would imagine. They lose their Ana. Their Rein's really low. We lose our Zarya. They lose their Reinhardt. We're losing our Lucio to the Symmetra spam. We have Soldier on point. We have Moira on point. We have Rein on point. They're primaling. Getting a lot of value out of this. And we play split here. This is kind of bad right here. Because now we're all completely in different directions. And there's no reason why they can't. Like, the Reinhardt's all by himself. Soldier's all by himself. Moira's all by herself. Which, to be fair, Moira's probably going for this health pack, and Soldier's probably going for this health pack here. The monkey is here, disabling both of these people from the fight and leaving the Reinhardt alone with whoever they have left on the point, which is, as far as I can see, at least a Symmetra and a Moira. And that just kind of gets our Reinhardt melted. The Moira backs up, gets back to point, but it's already too late at this point. We lose our soldier as well. So we just regroup off that. Looking as far as ultimates go, they used most of their ults to win that fight. The only thing they didn't actually use was Shatter, and they are halfway back to Nano Boost though. But going into this, the only ults we used in that fight were Graviton and Tyre, and we used them towards the end of the fight. So going into this next one, we have Shatter, we have Visor, we're halfway to Coalescence, and we're halfway to Beat. So the correct play is just kind of group up again. Get ready, get set up. I think the call here was probably go high ground. We wanted to set up Soldier up here on the high ground. Junkrat yet again, just lobbing these pills from the other side of the map. And again, just putting pressure on the shield even from that far away. So the monkey dives in, and our Lucio gets really low, but he should be okay here. I think we lose our Soldier to a Symmetra right click, which is unfortunate, and the call there is definitely just back up. Their monkey dives in and is stupid, he dies. We just back up, and we correctly do it, and we just back up and wait. They're not going to pressure us on this high ground here, so why do we have to bother moving? And we don't. So we set up. Their monkey dives again on this high ground again. The Junkrat starts trying to go around on this other side here, which I don't know what he's exactly planning on doing. I think he probably thought you were up there, Rudy. And he's pressuring you. All right, I want to see this. All right then, let's see this happen. So their monkey is dead. So we call, their monkey goes in again. We get slept, we call for the engage now. So now, the main of our team is going through. Got the sim turrets to deal with. And a huge shatter, knocks down 3 of them. Whenever their Reinhardt comes in and shatters as well, but we have visors, we have beat as well. It's good to get the beat off. And we get the Moira out. And this is pretty clean. This wins the fight. The Junkrat flies all over the place. We have no clue where he's at. We get the Junkrat. Their Winston gets nanoed, but I don't think he makes it to point. He messes up his jump and doesn't even make the point. So we win that fight.
Score 2-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
All right, then. So going into this next one, this is our
Ready for battle.
it's our defense.
Attackers incoming.
So this is our defense. So we're playing Monkey Reinhardt instead this time, instead of the Zarya Reinhardt, which is probably just kind of. I think I picked this because I thought they were gonna run if they ran the sim again. This kind of pressures the sim, and if they run the Ana, it doesn't really matter. We're still, or not the Ana. If they run the Mei, which they did. It doesn't really make too much of a difference because they're running the Reinhardt Winston as well. So we can roughly match basically. As far as DPS go, we're running the Symmetra and the Junkrat. They're running this Junkrat and the Mei instead. So their Junkrat, the Junkrats are just kind of trading shots. We have the sim turrets. It's a very small thing to kind of critique, but overall, kind of clumping up your sim turrets like this is not really a great thing. It makes them harder to stay alive. Like a more optimal way to put these turrets would especially be even if just on this wall, one of them here, and then one of them like way up here. Or they do have a pretty good range. So if you were instead to think, okay, well, they have a pretty good range, so why do I need to put them that close? You can instead say, well, one turret can go like here where it can't really be seen. One of them can go up here, and one of them can go up here, and they all still can reach down to somebody walking through this choke right here, and who would still die right there. And it's much harder for them to reach. But other than that, we're just kind of playing here at the choke. Just kind of spamming. This is a bit further forward than the Lucio probably should be, especially if the Reinhardt's behind him. Doesn't really make too big a deal, and you back up pretty quickly. I think you're just trying to get some shots off. Doesn't really matter too much. They have this Mei. We give her space. We're watching for the wall and see the turrets. The turrets all get deleted all at once, which is unfortunate. The Mei uses Ice Block here and is stuck in this right room here. We throw another turret in. We go in and chase this Mei. And this is good, but more people should be there chasing the Mei. We should all have. I mean, we don't really have much to kind of chase, especially now that we're playing split now. But at least with this Symmetra and the Lucio, we can speed boost in and follow this Rhino on his kill, which we kind of do. We're kind of putting a lot of pressure on main, but killing the Mei would also be just as good. Winston gets slept, but instantly woken up. Playing on high ground, we see the Mei. She rotates around the right side there. Pretty quick to see that. We jump in on the Mei. We get her. She's half now. We need to help our Moira here. She uses Ice Block again. We use Bubble. She's isolated from the rest of her team. They have to charge in to come and save the Mei now. Both their tanks use their abilities to get in. Our Reinhardt gets pinned. He's low. We should help him. Make sure he doesn't die here. He pins the monkey. He does end up dying, but he left both their tanks pretty low. Their monkey's really low. He should die. He shouldn't get out. But I think he does get back to his team. He's fine. But their Reinhardt does feed, and we're still on the Mei. Mei is our target. Mei dies. And we should be able to clean this up now. Monkey's next one on point. Monkey jumps on point alone. He uses his abilities to get there, and then we push him out. Junkrats up above us on the high ground. We kill the monkey. We jump down on their supports. They use Moira ult, which was probably basically when she got it, which is very poor use of that. She's got nobody left on her team at this point. There's no reason to be ulting here. She runs onto point. She dies. Gets no value out of it. We get a TP. This TP placement as well isn't the most optimal place you can do it. I kind of see what the idea was here, and just so that you got value out of it, but of the distance that covers, it's probably about the same as you could get if you put it anywhere else. But putting it from like here back to here or whatever, like they did, puts this part of the turret in much less danger. The fact that, I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's only really useful when we've won a fight or whatever. But the fact that this is right here just means that it's one thing that they're probably they would shoot if they had the opportunity to. Especially if they rotate around this left side. Pin or Junkrat, which is unlucky. That was a really long pin too. So the thing is as much as he got a kill off of that, he gets pretty much no value. He's dead now. We pop the Coalescence. There's not really too much wrong with that, but it was just a Reinhardt alone. There's no reason to really pop it for just him. We do play aggro with it though. We focus on their Junkrat with that. We keep our Reinhardt alive, and their monkey's on point. We kill the monkey. We pop Primal. It's Primal. Just zoning this Junkrat. And we use Big Wall. Splits off point. Forces them to back up. Their Moira's low in this mini room. Yeah, they're using their tire to just try and get some damage done. I think we might lose someone to this tire. Don't even know that. Oh, it's coming from spawn basically. Okay. Their Reinhardt's all the way over here in between our TPs. We get a beat. That kills our Symmetra, but it doesn't matter. We win the fight anyways. Kill the Reinhardt. Alright then. So then we're coming in on our attack. Our attack, we decided to run the Symmetra, as we decided to run the Symmetra TP around the side as well. It's kind of weird, but we all jump through. It's unfortunate that the Junkrat gets pushed off. I think it's just, I think too many bodies went through it once, pushed you off. The only way to really kind of solve that is just hold W as you go through, kind of thing, just to make sure you walk forward. We lose the Junkrat. And really, we should have waited here. We should have just waited for our Junkrat. It kind of ruins the whole surprise of this positioning, but we should have waited for our Junkrat. Doesn't matter though, because I think we play forward and possibly kill their Junkrat. Yeah, we killed their Junkrat anyways, so it's not like that mattered. We dropped down off our high ground kind of early. There's no real reason for us to do that, but we kill 2 with Symmetra. So, how do we draw this? Alright, so the monkey comes in and okay, yeah, the monkey just kind of comes in and cleans up a lot of low people. And so they win that first fight. It's funny, it gets down to just the monkey and the Junkrat on point. But the monkey does hold it. And they kind of run back to point as quickly as they can, and we're busy regrouping. We have pretty equal spawns because of the TP. So we, yet again, okay, this time I don't really like this. I think we dove down too quickly. We left the high ground very early. So if we just look at our positioning as a team, we have our monkey. I don't even know where the monkey's way over here on the Junkrat again. We have our Symmetra over here. Lucio is here, rotating this way with the Reinhardt and the Moira. The Moira is way over here as well. This is kind of bad. You have nothing to really protect you, to keep you alive in this case. And on top of this, where's our Junkrat? Okay, he's all the way over here. So he's getting no value right now as well. So we push in earlier than we probably should have here. We kill their Junkrat again, but we lose our Lucio, and our Reinhardt is anti-native. We lose our Shatter as well to that. They jump in with the monkey. They kill our Symmetra. And now we're just kind of trying to get some value out of this, but there really isn't much. We do get Primal out of them for whatever reason, but we kind of need to group up again.
30 seconds.
And then we focus on using this TP so much, but we don't, and we lose our Junkrat before this fight. We should, at this point, we have 18 seconds left. The respawn time on Junkrat will probably take another 4 seconds, which will put us at 14 seconds. At 14 seconds, we can run from here all the way on to point. This should be fine. We should have regrouped, and we should have gotten 6 again. If we had 6, this was a more winnable fight, especially when we have, I mean, pretty equal ults, actually. No one has ults, really. I think this is one thing we also need to work on, is just the understanding the pressure of the last couple seconds. So Reinhardt gets pinned, and we're going to lose him to that, probably, yeah. Oh, I just hit the wrong button. Okay. Okay. What the heck? Alright. Let's do that again. See, we lose our Junkrat. They break the TP. So we lose our Reinhardt here as our monkey dives in on the Junkrat. Their Reinhardt kills our Reinhardt, and then he turns and shatters our team. Now they have no protection.
10 seconds remaining.
That's a big shatter that basically wins that fight for them. We kill the Junkrat with the Primal, but at this point we're already down to, basically we're down to just a monkey and a Moira on point. We're using our tire, but it's not going to make it to point on time. We're just kind of stalling as best we can, but no one can touch. I mean, I guess we can touch. We don't get much value out of it, though. We just kind of, we die to it again, and we end up drawing. So, that's just how that game went. There isn't really much. I think the big thing was definitely the ultimate usage. We weren't getting as much value out of our, especially our tank and our defensive ultimates as they were. Which are things to work on. Things that we can work on pretty quickly.